Center. And a good morning to you. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show, coming to Saginaw this weekend, actually, is a major art fair. It's the Saginaw Art Fair, and with us to talk about it this morning, we say good morning to Lauren Collinson. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
And here we are again.
Here we are again.
How many years now for the Saginaw Art Fair?
3.
And normally, it's a bad word, it's on Ojibwe Island.
It is.
Not this year.
Nope. This year we have an alternative location at Celebration Park, right across the street from the Saginaw YMCA. But it's just a short way from the Ojibwe Island. So if people had it in their head that they're going to Ojibwe Island, great. We'll get you to the art fair from there.
And it's Friday and Saturday, correct?
Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So give us an overview of what the Saginaw Art Fair is all about.
We are all about being an interdisciplinary art fair, so where we celebrate all of the arts, from fine arts and all of that, what that includes with painting, sculptures, ceramics, photography, fibers, all of that, plus performing arts with dance and music, and we'll have some food options. So the culinary arts, we try to bring into that as well. And then also a making opportunity for people coming.
And if I remember right in the past, it's free.
It is.
Wow.
So just stop on by and enjoy the activities. And then if people feel like they have found that piece of art that they've fallen in love with, and wonderful, support our artist and purchase any artworks.
I have to ask this question because, as I understand it, Saginaw Art Fair is a 501c3.
It is.
So how do you raise funds from the art fair?
We ask lots of local businesses and organizations to please help support us. And this year, we got some really great sponsorships from the UA Local 85 Union. So we're very thankful for their support. We received a DDA grant from Saginaw City, and we have some other wonderful sponsors as well,
including the Fordney Club, of which I'm a member. I just thought I'd mention that because I saw that on your list.
Fordney Club, Kiwanis, Spicer Group. So we're very thankful.
So how many artists?
About 50 artists.
And all kinds of different art.
All kinds of different things. So two-dimensional, three-dimensional.
What time does it run?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Both days?
Both days.
All right. Why an art fair? What made you get involved in this in the first place?
So that we have a really positive event for our community. Originally it was the goal was to try to revitalize the Old Town Art Fair.
I was just going to ask about the Court Street.
And so, the fact that we kind of lost that for several years, that was one thing I wanted to try to be able to help work on to bring back. And so now we've kind of evolved into working at the island most years. And I just really think it's great to have something positive for our community.
Were there any thoughts of trying to bring it back to Court Street, Court and Hamilton, that area?
Old Town Association they've worked on doing their own.
So they're still doing their own then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is now, while the original intent was to bring it back, you've created something entirely different.
Yes.
So what got Lauren involved in it?
Are
you an artist, first of all?
Well, I'm an artist. I'm an art teacher.
Where?
At Carleton High School.
Oh. Okay.
So I really love being able to teach art as a living, and that there's not just this stigma of, the starving artist like you used to hear about one day. So I try to teach.
That's because most of them are.
Well, I try to teach students all the different ways that they can make a living as an artist, and some different opportunities that is. And a lot of times I'll just suggest, if you want to make art as a living, take some business classes, learn how to run a business, and you can go to art fairs so that you're going to a location where people are coming to look and hopefully buy artwork. And then that way you don't have the overhead costs of brick and mortar, but you're going to the locations where people are going to come and support you.
And in this day and age, I have to believe there's a demand for graphic artists, commercial artists.
Absolutely. Yep, that's another one that I'll suggest students look into.
Particularly if you know how to use computers and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
How has that changed the art world? I mean, to me, there's nothing like taking a paintbrush on canvas and you make paint. You make an artist, right? You make a piece of art. But today, people without any art talent at all can sit down at a computer and create art.
Yeah, but they also still need to have that understanding of balance and
what looks good,
color, and making some of those decisions. So there still needs to be.
That's interesting you say that because I, in an amateur way, I'm a photographer. I have a very good camera and all that, and I can tell the difference between my good shots and my not so good shots of exactly the same subject.
Yeah.
Just by where it is in the photograph and how it balances out.
Absolutely.
Not exposure, none of that, but just the view of the image.
Yeah. Focal points, balance, all that good stuff.
But you don't think of it, you just do it. And if your eye says it's good, it's, of course, we all look at it differently too. And that is the thing about art, isn't it? It's in the eye of the beholder.
It is. Yeah, everybody has a different taste or style that they are drawn to, and some people are going to come to the art fair and be really excited to get, some mason welding metal sculptures for their yard. Other people might want to get original paintings from Matthew Jacobson. I could list off several others. Stacey Rose is going to be exhibiting, and she's a really talented local artist.
There's that word local. So out of the 50 artists, how many are local, would you guess?
Oh.
Many of them?
Yeah, at least half. So maybe more.
We have a lot of talent around here, don't we?
We do. Absolutely. Yeah. And artists who, want to be a part of the community event and want to be able to stay local to be able to sell their artwork.
All right, let me take a break and we'll come back, talk a little bit more with Lauren Collinson. Saginaw Art Fair this Friday and Saturday at the Anderson Celebration Park across from the Y in downtown Saginaw. It's actually a Celebration Square area. Yes. We will be back.
I'm still going for it, even.
Hi, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, talking to Lauren Collinson about the Art Fair Saginaw Art Fair, if you will. Scheduled originally for Ojibway Island, but moving to the Anderson Celebration Park across from the Y because construction continues on Ojibway. Next year, you'd hope to be back there, I assume.
Yes, we will definitely be back on Ojibway Island next summer, second weekend of August, so people can already mark their calendars for next year if they want.
So let's move away from the art side of things, and that is the paintings and things you can buy and vendors and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise has become popular. What are you doing in that area?
So the Saginaw YMCA has made it possible so that a couple of the classes that are typically in the aerobics room there are over at the stage at Celebration Park. So on Friday at 9:30 is strength and conditioning with Kendra. And then Saturday at 10 is a dance fitness class with Hannah, and those are also free for people to be able to attend. So if people have thought about, I want to try out a class from the Y, but they don't have a friend that they can get a guest pass with, or they used to have memberships and really love one of those classes or teachers, they are welcome to come for free at the Saginaw Art Fair.
And what if I like yoga?
Then you can, that one is register with Catherine, Yoga by Catherine, and she will be by the pond area, kind of by the playground, and like pavilion space that is there as well. So that will be Saturday at 9 a.m. People can register for her class.
And music is also part of it. So what do you have for music?
Music on Friday, we have Major Chords for Minors, Cush Robinson, Sprout. On Saturday, we have the Savior Machines and the Blue OGs.
So there's going to be something going on all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And this is a free event. Again, the hours?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And tell everybody, if we can, describe where the Anderson Celebration Park is located.
So on Fordney Street, right across from the Saginaw YMCA.
I mean, right where the splash pad is and...
Yep. So the artists are going to be set up in the like a large grassy space, kind of by like the Garber tennis courts. Like there's the Garber tennis courts, and then a parking lot, and then there's a grassy space,
right?
And then there's another big parking lot for Celebration Park. So we should be
plenty
good
of
with
parking,
and there's the Crayon Park that we can use for extra parking, and yeah.
And the artists, it's a selling show.
Yes.
Is it a juried show?
Yes. Yep.
Explain to everybody what that is.
So a juried show is we look at their artwork to accept them into the show. We make sure that it's not a buy-sell product, and that it's the artists that are making the artwork themselves. And then we have jurors that come to the art fair. So I tend to be the main, the first juror, just with planning the show and looking at applications coming in. And then we invite jurors to come to the art fair, and on Friday they score the artist, and then they have prizes that they can receive.
So you said it's going to be about 50 artists, and is that about what you're comfortable with in normal times?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We always think about expanding a little bit more. My goal is about 60 to 65 artists.
Well, I can see you doing that on Ojibwe. I think it'd be tougher to do in the location you are this year.
Yeah, we're at a good number for this year with what the space looks like. So.
And when do they set up?
We're getting stuff ready to set up Thursday, and then Friday morning as well, finishing up that, so that we'll be ready to go for Friday 10 a.m. Through Saturday.
How is it governed? How is the 50C3 governed? Do you have a board?
We do. Yep. So Saginaw Art Initiative is our nonprofit, and we have a board, and several of those board members also help with organizing the art fair.
And what about volunteers?
Volunteers, we've put a call out for volunteers on our Facebook page with a link for signing up. So that's also where I feel lucky to be an educator, where some of my students help with volunteering, as well as, we've had good luck with the Kiwanis of Saginaw Northwest members helping with volunteering as well, and then other people who, see us on Facebook and are excited to come help out.
So what drew you to art? Growing up as a kid, did you dabble in it?
Yeah, I always loved art class. So I was always taking an art class in high school. Was supported by my parents, even younger, just as a kid growing up, of, oh, look, your artwork's so great, let's hang it up on the wall. And so that was always wonderful to be supported that way. I went to Michigan State University, and I actually started as a packaging engineer because I was like, okay, I want something where I can use leadership skills, because leadership was always a really important
make money
part of my life. Well, that was part of it, and also being creative. And so it just worked out that at Michigan State, it was like, okay, maybe packaging isn't for me. And I've loved being an art educator. I definitely am happy. I love going to work, and just
So
feel
when
happy
you
with
talk
that.
to these young people that you can make a living with art,
Yes.
you're not just talking about artists who create art projects, are you? You're talking about a variety of things.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And I definitely do. I do more hands-on things, right? Like I feel like, especially like teenagers, they have enough time on screen time. So I do more traditional projects in terms of drawing, painting, ceramics, and encouraging that making side, knowing that they, already have a lot of computer and screen time stuff.
Is there interest today? Do young people have interest in art?
Oh, yes.
That's
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
I've got,
With these things in hand, the old phone, you wonder how much of it is taking away from what we used to think of as manual dexterity and doing artwork and things of that nature.
Oh, I've got fabulous students, and they're really excited about, the different challenges they get in class. We're using their, variety of different art materials, collage, all sorts of things. And it's not lost. They're not
Well, I'm glad
lost
to
to
hear
their
it.
phones.
I'm
There is
glad to
hope.
hear that. Good. All right, folks. So the Art Fair Saginaw Art Fair happens this Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. at the Anderson Celebration Park across from the Y. Free to get in, and it'll be all kinds of things to look at, talk to vendors, music, activities, and food.
Yes.
All there.
And art activities. Come make something.
And what are you going to do along those lines?
We have on Friday tie-dye bandanas. We've got a printmaking activity in the afternoon on Friday with like fruits and vegetables and different things like that. And then we have an oil pastel drawing of the Tree of Life Friday late afternoon. On Saturday, for those people that really love collage and stamping and things like that, we've got artist trading cards Saturday morning. We have marbled coasters. That was a really cool one last year that people really loved, and so we're doing that again. And then back by popular demand is poured painting to close off the activities on Saturday.
Now, is there a charge for any of these activities?
No, all free.
Really?
So free, first come, first create is what I like to say.
That's good. That's good. So the only thing that costs you money is food if you want to buy some, and the artwork, obviously, if you want to buy any artwork.
Absolutely.
Well, Lauren, listen, I wish you well with it.
Thank you. Hope you'll come.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Lauren Collison, the Saginaw Art Fair this weekend, Friday and Saturday, at the Anderson Celebration Park across from the Y. We'll be back. Open phones for the remainder of the hour.
It's time.
526-1111. That is the number to call. There was a story today in the Detroit Free Press headlined, "How long can Ford and car makers hold off on bigger price hikes due to tariffs?" And it goes on to say the Detroit Three are being squeezed because of tariffs on steel and aluminum, as well as on imported vehicles from their foreign subsidies, hurting them deeply. Well, of course, the one fix, as far as the foreign cars go, is to make them here. However, there's no utopia, friends. Let us say that manufacturer A makes Model A in China and then ships the car here to sell it. So they're not being squeezed by the steel prices and the aluminum prices. Nope, they're being squeezed by the tariff on the car itself. In other words, either way, you're going to pay one way or another. Whether it's an increase in price because of the steel and aluminum for a car made here in this country, or whether it's the whole car being imported by the manufacturer, as many of them are, Some you probably don't even realize because they're big American marques making quite a few of their cars overseas. You're going to pay for it. It's the old adage, businesses, government, they don't have any money other than what you give them, either by purchasing what they're selling or by your taxes and fees and all of that. And, you know, to me, the word fee, you know, license fee on your car, your registration fee, it's a tax. Government's charging it, it's a tax. At the end of the year, it's all come out of my pocket into the government coffers. It's a tax. So don't kid yourself. There's no free lunch. You're paying for it one way or another. You know, the old adage is businesses don't pay taxes. People do. Yeah, I know you can say, well, businesses should pay, corporate business and all that, they should pay their taxes. Sure they should, but where are they getting that money from? Oh, they're coming out of your pocket. Everything they give Uncle Sam comes out of their income. Their income comes from you. So just remember that every time you celebrate hearing a business paying more taxes, you're the one paying for it. Period. Simple. No matter what government does, you're paying for it. Even if it's collected from overseas. It's collected from a company overseas selling products that you might have bought and paid for it. It's like we hear of these big contracts in sports. You say to yourself, well, how can I afford to give that guy X tens of millions of dollars? And well, you've paid for it. You've paid for it in the ticket price, the outrageous food price at the ballpark, the advertising budget of the products you buy. It all comes out of your pocket. So I caution folks not to be too much celebration when you hear that, oh, business is going to get taxed. Yeah. Count your pennies. Guess who's paying for it? All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we'll get to our phones. They're open for you.
It's natural to have questions.
Right, back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. And lines are open for you, 989-752-6111. If you haven't noticed, it is primary day, particularly if you live in the city of Detroit, where there are 9 candidates vying for 2 spots in the upcoming November election. This is the primary day. The top 2 candidates will advance in the November election to replace Mayor Mike Duggan. The City Council President, Mary Sheffield, the clear front-runner according to all the polls. And so it's really a race for second place to be able to continue on. I don't know anything about the candidates, don't know much about their platforms or anything else. Only that the day is the day when it comes down to who goes ahead, who doesn't. And it's an interesting race because, over the past number of years, Mike Duggan has pretty well held a stranglehold on the mayor's office. He was reelected time and time again. And when he's decided now to step aside and run as an independent for governor, it opened up, of course, the mayor's position, which hadn't been open since I think it's 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Goes back quite a ways, 12 years. He's got an interesting haul because as an independent, he has to fight both the Republicans and Democrats, and he has to get name recognition outside of Southeast Michigan. So he's going to be doing a lot of traveling of the state and introducing himself to people from the Upper Peninsula to the northern Lower Peninsula to the southeast side of the Lower Peninsula. He's got a lot of work to do to get name recognition. But in this day and age, I truly believe in many ways in politics we are ready for a third party or an independent candidate. I truly believe that, and I believe it's been that way for a while. It just takes the right personality. Notice I didn't say the right message, because I believe that in order for an independent candidate or third-party candidate to succeed, and by succeed I mean win, they have to be charismatic. They have to have that certain something that separates them from the pack. We've seen that in the mainstream politicals. For example, I would put Barack Obama in that group, because 4 years before he was elected president, he was the keynote speaker at the Democratic National Convention. A young, well-spoken, good-looking man who captured the imagination of his party and others. And that's what it takes, because we're in many ways shallow voters. Donald Trump was elected for a number of reasons, but one of them is his personality. People thought that he could go in and clean house, and he's tried to do that a number of times. But I hate to say this, but it's true. The majority of voters in this country, they don't vote strictly on the issues. And if they do, it's pocketbook. But we're shallow. We will vote for a personality, even if we have no idea where that personality stands on issues. Or even if we don't like the issues he stands on or she stands on, if we like the person, we'll vote to put that person in office. Well, we're free to do that. It's the beauty of our system. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Now, Mayor Duggan, who I've met, is an interesting person. He is, first of all, a developer. He knows how to get development, how to do, business expansion in a community and things of that nature. He's superb at it, and he's done it for Detroit quite handsomely. It's one of the things that's kept him there. He's come in and he's tried to get the neighborhoods cleaned up and made promises and kept them. And the people rewarded him time and time again, reelecting him. Is he one of those charismatic people? No. Very smart. If you listen to him speak, and I sat in on a meeting and listened to him for almost 2 hours, he's brilliant. Came out of the hospital world, was the head of DMC, and so there's nothing wrong with him in terms of his intelligence, his ability to lead, his ability to govern. He's done it all. His problem is going to be, does anybody know him outside of Southeast Michigan? And I'm going to watch with interest, be honest with you, because I think the time may be ripe for an independent. And, you know, and we all have our views based on what our philosophy of politics is and where we live. For example, those of us that live here in the 35th Senatorial District don't have representation because the governor has refused to call a special election. Is that going to have some